And the next one is also in the entertainment realms, but it's moving quite modern.
Yeah?
And it's not often that there's a Hollywood couple that are darlings. Well, maybe Will and Jada used to be, didn't they? They used to be the darlings of Hollywood.
They did.
Hey.
Something's gone awfully wrong there, hasn't it?
Ooh, isn't it?
Their brand is tainted.
Yeah, and there are, but there's a couple emerging which are sort of quiet darlings, and they're a weird couple, and I just love them both very much. And that is, of course,
Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Absolutely. You see, there are these lovely stories. I'm talking about Joaquin Phoenix,
Uh-huh.
and I must get her name right because it is a strange name. I thought she'd be weirdly like Scandinavian or something. No, she's a New Yorker. Her name is, I always say it's Mara, but it's not. It's Rooney Mara. Mara's her surname. Rooney Mara.
Wayne Rooney.
Joaquin Phoenix and
Wayne Rooney.
Yes,
Yeah.
there were a couple, but just for one night. When Wayne was touring, he played the New York Bulls for Man United. And no, what's the New York soccer team? Major League
I
Soccer.
don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, no, it's not Wayne Rooney. It's Rooney Mara. They're a lovely, lovely couple. We know him quite well. Obviously, Joker and Walk the Line, which I
Gladiator.
have to see the whole thing. Very Gladiator too. I'm joking. He was very good in that.
He was.
Yes.
I mean, it's all nonsense, the whole of Gladiator.
I believe so.
All nonsense.
There's Marcus Aurelius, who was a real person.
No, I mean, and so was Commodus, who
Yes.
Joaquin played. He was a real person.
Yeah.
And he was actually an emperor who fought in the arena, which was very shocking. But he never fought Maximus Decimus Meridius, general of the armies of the north. The armies
Spaniard.
of the north. Yeah, the armies of the north didn't even exist. I mean, that's one of the things that they reckon that historians they reckon that that Russell Crowe got the name wrong because it should have been Maximus Decimus Meridus, because Merida is a place in Spain, which is where the character probably came from. So it should have been Meridus, but then he pronounced anyway, he got it wrong. But there's no armies of the north for him that he could have been a general of. There was, what was he? They said he's the leader of the something legion, I think there was one of those legions. I can't remember the name of it, but he, he wouldn't have been that guy.
Yeah.
So his character was just total nonsense. It was all rubbish.
No, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I did, but
Marcus Aurelius left his son. Sorry, I mean one last thing. Marcus Aurelius did leave his son Commodus in charge. Mm-hmm. He didn't try and take it away and give it to somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's also very important.
Yeah. No, I think I knew historically the movie was a bit interestingly liberal.
Creative.
Yes.
Liberal.
Yeah, liberal with the
With
truth.
the facts,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, but a beautiful sort of Ridley Scott production nonetheless. All pretty
amazing.
music, lovely
I
music.
reckon it's probably what the
Russell's
most realistic...
got a great voice.
Yeah, most realistic depiction of gladiatorial combat I think we've probably ever seen.
Very, very
in a movie.
So yeah, he's become quite an impressionable actor, and
Joaquin Phoenix.
yes, and his wife, fiance, and they've got a kid together. She really blew me away, and will forever have left.
Did she? Does he know? Hey, Ryan. Does he know? You
forever-
filthy dog, you. Is that
forever-
your fact? Is that your fact? You came here on this podcast to tell us that Rooney Mara blew you away. Filth, Ryan. Filth.
No. I was, and there was another girl that I worked with. We were big fans of the Stieg Larsson trilogy and the Hollywood version.
Tattoo.
Yes, and the Swedes did all three made it into movies, but the Hollywood version with Craig Daniels as Michael Blomqvist, Rooney Mara played Lisbeth Salander. And we loved that trilogy, and the character of Lisbeth is so wonderful, and she did such a wonderful job with it. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, it's a good movie. Oh, it's good, and you'll love Rooney Mara after watching that.
Okay.
She's
What
wonderful.
else was she in, though? Something I may have seen her in, though.
This is what I like about this couple is they choose really odd movies. They choose quite deepish, darkish, emotional type movies. She's in a thriller. I actually don't have the list with me. She's in a thriller with Michael Douglas's wife. You mentioned her.
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, with Catherine Zeta-Jones plays a psychiatrist, and Rooney Mara then seduces the psychiatrist, and then she actually killed her husband.
So what you're saying is the new hot it couple is Joaquin Phoenix, Rooney Mara, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Michael Douglas. So I wasn't far wrong. I wasn't far wrong.
And that movie is called I forget. Then she's in a movie called Una, which I don't think is very famous, but man, is it psychologically troubling and beautiful. Just as a girl who had some weird, as a teenager, had a weird sort of Lolita type relationship with her neighbor, who was a married man with a family and shit. And then
Ryan, this doesn't sound like a real movie.
No, it is. And then when they get older, she's still.
Wait, what is your fact about this woman?
Yeah. Okay. So
You're getting yourself lost in fantasies of her blowing you away, and
so my fact is that Joaquin and Rooney were brought together by Jesus.
No.
Jesus brought them together.
No, that's nonsense. Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, if I know anything about Joaquin Phoenix and his brothers, they were raised in some sort of hideous cult.
Really?
Yeah, and and eventually, I mean, that's what led to the kind of mental trauma that River Phoenix had, that lands up having
Really?
Die of a drug overdose in the Viper Room. But yeah, they were brought up in some disgusting cult. I would imagine that once you've been brought up in one cult, you don't go and join another, right? I mean, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So that would mean that Joaquin couldn't possibly be a follower of the Jesus.
And your answer is?
It's nonsense, Ryan. They weren't brought together by Jesus.
Okay. I think I'm gonna say my thing is true, but you can appeal.
Right.
You can appeal.
Let me just break this glass off on the edge of the.
You can appeal to a higher court, or to reason, or to whatever you want to appeal to.
Right.
But they did an amazing movie together called Mary Magdalene, and she played Mary, and he played Jesus. Do you know about
It did
that?
come up later in the podcast.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey,
Jesus.
You keep your promises.
Yes, that was the one. So, critically, some didn't like it that much. Some really loved it.
Generally, it's the people who are into the Jesus that don't like these movies about Jesus.
Yeah.
So they did love Passion of the Christ. Oh, boy, did they love to watch Jesus get beaten with a fucking stick for an hour and a half.
They wanted the non-believers to feel bad. Look what we've all done to him. Look what we've all done to him.
No, only one person did that to him. His dad. His dad was like, all of you are sinners because I say you're sinners, but don't worry, I'll save you from the sin. Here's my son, who is also me, coming to earth. You can kill him, and that's cool by me, and then that'll undo your sin, because doing a sin to him will help undo the sin that I myself condemned upon you.
That's the most brilliant summary of Christian theology I've ever heard in my life. That is, you should get an honorary doctorate from every Christian university south of Alabama tomorrow. That's brilliant. Yes. Yeah. So, it's as simple as that. I'm keen to see the movie because it is taking the story from whatever bits of story they have about Mary Magdalene, and then they've constructed a bigger story.
Isn't very much. They don't have very much information, Mary Magdalene. I saw a documentary recently about the 12 disciples and the things they know about what happened to each of the 12 disciples. And the documentary's like, well, he was either stoned to death here, or flayed to death over here, or set on fire over here, or perhaps he died in India. We don't really know. But there's all these kind of historical evidences that any of these things could be true. So yeah, we generally don't have very much information about the main 12 dudes. The main, but I mean, we know some things about, say, Peter.
Yeah.
We know what happened to Peter. Right?
To Rome, eh?
Yeah, in the Basilica, allegedly.
You see, I do still want to go, just for experience sake, and when I start traveling again one day, when the kids are all got jobs and stuff and building cottages for their granddaddy on the back of their properties. But I do want to do the sort of pilgrimage to Jerusalem, Israel, and to Rome. But I believe when you get there, it gets a little crazy. I don't know if you've done the Middle East or...
No,
apparently it's like... Also, they're not sure, but hey, this is the thing in Matthew chapter 12 where this thing happened. It happened right here at this place.
They're on the spot.
Yeah, so please buy a little
You can actually
bookmark.
see some of the blood.
Yeah.
From
So here's a bookmark for $13 to say you were here, and then half a K down. And this is the Mount of Olives. In fact, he prayed at the Gethsemane.
he ate this very olive for $75. It can be no, but the Santiago de Compostela, right? Like where you do the pilgrimage.
In Rome.
No, in Spain. That's
Spain.
supposed to be the burial site of one of the saints. But the thing is, they're pretty sure he didn't die anywhere near there. They're pretty sure he died in the Middle East. But anyway, this movie you're saying is factually accurate. No.
Well, no, I'm saying Jesus brought them together. So, and I don't know if it's factually, but it's more the story
Jesus
of Mary
the
Magdalene.
Producer of the movie, or because I think I'm going to argue I'm going to argue to Dietz. I'm going to appeal to Dietz on this because I don't think Jesus is the.
He brought them together.
I think he brought them together.
He brought Rooney and Joaquin together.
That's like saying that the movie about Amadeus Mozart won all of the Oscars. It's not the thing, is it? Like it didn't.
Did it?
Well, it won a bunch of Oscars, but Amadeus Mozart himself did not win the Oscar. You cannot now say you cannot say that Amadeus Mozart is now an Oscar because he. Likewise, you cannot say Jesus brought that couple together because Jesus did not produce the film or cast it or direct it.
Yes, but if we said okay, it's like if we said Milo's Forman, was that it? Milo, he was the producer director,
right.
And that main actor dude. If we said Mozart brought them together. Could we say that?
No.
The subject matter brought them together.
I think Dietz is going to have to decide this because this is the first time this has ever happened where we have conflict about who's right and who's wrong.
I can appeal.